I'm one Sir Grove, checking in with America and our allies. Hope everyone's being safe. I hope everyone is being safe wherever you are. I'm reading this article, Fox News, obviously, and I say that because I read from Fox. No, sorry, that's not even accurate. That is not correct. That is incorrect. So, I redact that, and I am reading an article from Business Insider. Business Insider. And let me try to get a fucking date on this shit here. What's the fucking date? 20 March 2020. And today is 24 March of the year 2020. So this is 4 days ago approximately. And this article shows, quote, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is what I meant, speaks during the daily news conference amid the coronavirus outbreak on March 20, 2020 in New York, end quote. And I'm driving here, so I'm multitasking. So doing about 40 miles an hour and reading this article. So this Business Insider article begins with, quote, New York Gov. Cuomo just issued a stark warning. And then this is what Cuomo supposedly said. What happens to New York is going to wind up happening to California and Washington State and Illinois, end quote. I don't know how these fucking jakes become governors of states. I mean, the fucking low brow mentality here is just disturbing, man. Because Andrew Cuomo doesn't fucking know if what has happened in New York is going to happen in Washington and Illinois. He just hopes that the shit that has happened in New York happens there. You know why? Because he's a fucking piece of shit. His analysis, like, these politicians are stupid, man. These politicians. So, my argument is that, how does he know that? How is he so fucking sure? How is he so certain? Like, does he have a crystal ball? Like, can he fucking see the future? Like, is he a remote viewer? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck does he know? What makes him so confident that what has happened in New York is going to happen in Washington State and Illinois? How the fuck does the stupid ass governor of New York know that shit? I mean, where the fuck do they get these ridiculous fucking people? Like, where do these fucking douchebags go to school? Like, do they not study logic? Okay, so what about the FDA approving certain drugs to reduce the symptoms of the coronavirus? Has he taken that shit into account? What if those drugs that are being approved, in the process of being approved by FDA, very quickly, fast-tracked, because it's being fast-tracked, to availability. So those drugs that it's been signed off for already to become available to the public, to help alleviate the coronavirus, when those drugs are administered en masse, wouldn't that be different in terms of the dynamics of the quickly changing, moving, rapidly, dramatically situation? Wouldn't it be a different fucking scenario, perhaps, once drugs are administered? Like, is this guy that fucking stupid? All these people, these politicians like Cuomo, all they do is project. They project and they telegraph. He wants the shit to happen so that he can say, see, I was right. Look how fucked up Washington and Illinois are. I, Cuomo, said that bad shit would happen. Like, talk about fucking pessimism, and talk about a fucking pessimist, and talk about a fucking complete blabbering, blithering idiot moron. I don't support him. I know that Donald Trump, our president, if you're Americans, and by the way, if you are true fans of this show, which is C4CW Casting 495 Celebrities Worldwide, and again, I am one Sir Grove, host of this show. If you are true fucking fans, then we 495 most certainly appreciate you, each and every one of you. And you know I mean that shit if you follow this show. So, how does a fucking dipshit like Cuomo, how does he go about his daily life making these types of statements that he makes? He's just so certain that what has happened is going to continue to play out and replay. It's just going to be one replay after another. I mean, by his own statements. I mean, doesn't he think for one moment, one fraction of a second, doesn't he say to himself, wait, hold on, maybe it won't be the same in Washington. Maybe there will be a vaccine that becomes available. And in addition to that, coupled with such, combined therewith, perhaps, just perhaps, there is the air quotes remote possibility that something will happen for the better. And what has happened in New York will not play out the same in Washington State and Illinois. No, of course he doesn't think that way, because they have an agenda. And as I was beginning to say, unlike Donald Trump, now listen, he's the president, and I support the president 100%. I have never said anything bad about Donald Trump. I have never said anything derogatory about Donald Trump. Not at all. Never, ever. There's not one record instance of me in space-time. There's not one snapshot of any tick of a frame of reality where I have said anything to belittle the president. I've never said anything derogatory. I have never said anything to demean him, to belittle him, to berate him at fucking all. And I'm one Sir Grove. I fully support Donald Trump, and I always have. I like Donald Trump a lot. I think he's a great leader, and I don't buy into the narrative that others, some of them have, that he's despicable and blah, blah, blah. I don't buy it. I'm not subscribed to that narrative, to that channel. It's not me. I'm not fucking on board with that shit. I'm not in that camp. And yeah, I'm not part of that bandwagon. So anyway, the point is Donald Trump says what he says, and he stands by his words. He has said some things euphemistically in which he has he's given Cuomo some degree of congeniality. He could have, said what I've said, which is fuck Andrew Cuomo. He's a fucking piece of shit. He could have said that as president, but he didn't. He said, something to the effect of, I, Donald Trump, have communicated with Andrew Cuomo, governor of New York, and we've had some good words, and, there's some positive, there are some positive things happening in terms of helping, to combat, the coronavirus, etc. He spoke about Cuomo in those instances, the finite number of them, in a way that was, it sounded favorable. It sounded as if he was being favorable toward Andrew Cuomo. I, on the other hand, have always said, fuck Andrew Cuomo. Because I don't have to like the guy, and I dislike the fucking dude, and I personally think that he's a motherfucking schmuck. That's my opinion. I don't like people who are bitches. I don't fucking roll with suckers. And I can't get behind stooge clown politicians, stooges, clowns, hybrid stooge clowns who are fucking politicians and bureaucrats. I just can't get behind them, and I can't say anything fucking good about them. And I understand why Donald Trump did, because he's president and he has to keep the morale up. So, and he also has to work on issues with these fucking screwball motherfuckers. So, I get it in the context of our president's job and what he has to do. It's imperative that he keeps some type of synergy, good vibe, relation, rapport between and among the various persons with whom he interacts, despite the fact that some of those motherfuckers are downright dirtbags and scumbags. So I get that. But I'm not president of the United States of America, and I don't have to say any fucking thing nice about people who aren't fucking nice, because Andrew Cuomo isn't fucking nice. He's a fucking dick-sucking punk in one Sir Grove's book. When you shut your state down, fuck you. Okay? That's how I feel. You didn't have to shut down New York to stop the spread of the coronavirus, because coronaviruses have spread throughout New York over the centuries, you fucking fool. And they came and they went. And a lot of you medical doctors during the time when you existed, guess what you told your patients? Oh, well, based on what you've told me, I am saying to you, you have the flu. And some of those patients died having coronaviruses. But they were told that they had the fucking flu when they really didn't have the fucking flu. I've researched coronaviruses. It says on the CDC fucking website that they've been around for centuries, and that there are hundreds of different types of coronaviruses, different families of coronaviruses, and that coronaviruses cause the thousands of different strains of common colds that humans have and have had throughout fucking time. It's not goddamn rocket science. It's right in front of the faces of human beings. What I just imparted, what I just conveyed. And now people are freaking out about this new coronavirus, despite the fact that there have been many coronaviruses and outbreaks. The reason people are freaking out is multi-part. It's several-fold. It's amplified by the media hype hysteria machine apparatus and these apparatchiks. And people are, some of them just quite simply, are just quite frankly, pathetically ignorant of the facts. They really truly are. They just don't have the fucking facts. So when they don't have the facts, they don't have the data, even though it's right in front of their fucking faces and they can look it up like I did. They can just Google the shit on their fucking dumb phones. Oh, I mean smartphones. The irony. It's right fucking there, man. But, you know, they don't. And they don't want to know. They just want to be told what to fucking know. And so the media programs these persons, humans, these beings, human beings, and says, oh, panic, be so afraid, raising fears, causing fears, tears for fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. Some of y'all won't get that reference, and it's sad, because Tears for Fears is fucking ultra dope. But the point is, man, that it's media engineered, and most humans didn't freak out or panic about the flu that infected 31 to 38 million Americans. Do the fucking math. Last year, it's estimated that 31 to 38 million Americans were infected with the fucking flu. Did you panic? Did you shut down your cities then? Because the flu killed 646,000 people last year. Were you concerned? It was fucking ultra deadly. No, you weren't concerned. But when the media decided, hey, we've got these fucking dumb suckers. Oh my God, we just realized that people, many of them are just so dumbed down nowadays, just so fucking stupid, dumb as, rocks. AOC, for example. Wow, we can tell people that this coronavirus is like the worst shit ever in fucking the history of the world. Even though it's even though influenza eclipse is this. And and that the coronavirus pales in comparison to the annual flu. we're so devious we are. Yeah, these dumb suckers. Everybody panic! Coronavirus! You never heard of it? It's a brand new thing that's never existed before. Run for the hills! And of course, people fucking go out and buy a bunch of goddamn Kleenex and toilet paper and, paper towels and hand sanitizer and masks and shit. Yeah, they don't know about vitamin D deficiency. They don't know about the ideal number. And I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't give any kind of legal business medical advice. I'm just saying, based on math, science, research, from what I've heard, man, 5,000 IU per day is kind of a thing. But you didn't hear that from me. But anyway, humans are evidently, based on research, biomedical intel, and analysis, kind of vitamin D deficient, despite the vitamin D that they think that they're getting in their daily diets. But you didn't hear that from me. Might want to do some math. 5,000 IU is what I've heard. But, but hey, listen, to each her fucking own. You can't rely on the federal government, man, to help you with every single fucking thing. It's not gonna hold your hand and coddle you like a child. Here, little child, let me take your hand and I shall coddle you throughout life. We are the federal government. Nancy Pelosi, fuck that bitch. Chuck Schumer, fuck that bitch. Fuck all those jakes. Fuck deep state. Fuck the fucking media that's part of deep state. Man, you gotta have intel out here on these here fucking internet streets to know what's up. I'm Once to Growth.